What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoldClassGaming. Today I'm here back from YCS Chicago, and after seeing Edception top YCS Chicago with Danger Orcust, I wanted to try and take my own little spin on Orcusts. I don't own the Danger cards, nor do I feel like spending half of $1,000 buying them. So I decided to go with a more Phantom Knight pure, a pure PK Orcust build with some new of the Time Thief stuff. So, like, obviously, it's not going to be as explosive as was because the dangers are just insane. This is still a pretty consistent deck. It has a one card. It has some one card combos with Ghibli, and then there's a 2 card combo to make you end on Langirsu, Rusty, and then an Azathoth on your opponent's turn. So without further ado, before I get into this video, do you guys like the mat or sleeves you guys see in this video? They are from PMDuels.com. You guys need my code GoldClass10 for a discount on your order on their site. Now let's hop into the profile. So first, we have 3 Orcust Heart Pourer. These 2 are proxies because I literally cannot find my second and third Orcust Heart Pourer. It's a rare, but apparently I only own one of them, which is weird because I own like multiple. I own more than 3 of every other card in this archetype, except Heart Pourer. I only own 1. This card is by far the best of the 3 main deck monsters. It's level 4, which works for your Azathoth combos, and also it specials the guys out of your deck, which is one of the best ways to get combos going. Basically, all your combos will eventually start with an Oracle. Basically, all your combos will eventually have you use Orcust Heart Pourer. Next, I have 3 Orcust Simple Skeleton. It's probably the second most important one because this one lets you bring back your guys in the graveyard, which is also very, very important in this deck since you can bring back your Link 2s to then link climb into your Link 3s, etc. I also maxed out on this guy. Typically maxing out on these 2 is pretty standard. But it's the next one where I play 3 Orcust Brass Bombard. This is typically the unorthodox one. You don't typically see people playing 3 of these. Sometimes they don't play any of them at all. I know Ed literally didn't even play like Brass Bombard at all. I still like it because it's a level 1. It's a level 1 tuner, and also your Orcust Nightmare is a level 7. So there are some combos where sometimes you can use those 2 to go into your to go into a Borload Savage Dragon. So that comes up sometimes. Also, the effect, especially an Orcust card from your hand, is pretty useful. Especially since now the deck is playing a level 7 monster. Even though you don't max out on 3, if you still draw it, it's still a brick if you draw it. So having this guy in graveyard to potentially summon it out of your hand can be really helpful for kind of unclogging your hands and making those brick hands kind of get there in the end. So that's it for the entire Orcust package. And then next you have 3 Ghibli. This card is literally insane. This card is like your 1-card combos. Every single 1-card combo you see in this deck will be with Ghibli. Actually, for a matter of fact, most of your combos in a pure PK Orcust deck will be with Ghibli. This card is insane because it's a 1-card mermaid, and mermaid gets out your Orcust Nightmare out of your deck. So basically, this is just your combo starter. Because also basically every combo in this deck is make a Nightmare Mermaid and then go from there. And since this card is a 1-card Nightmare Mermaid, it's by far the best best combo starter in the entire deck. Then you have 2 Orcust Nightmare. This is the new card from Savage Strike, which is actually a huge power boost to this deck. Like, the combos you can do with this card now is absolutely insane. Because so this card you can banish it from the graveyard to Foolish Burial any of your Orcust monsters. So basically, what you can do is you summon this card off of Mermaid, link into your Galatea, and then banish this card just to mill Heart Pourer your graveyard, and then that's going to start summoning cards out of your deck, start link climbing higher and higher. Next, we have 2 World Legacy World Wand. This is also really good because one, its effect in graveyard lets you bring back. It basically, like, this card has the effect in graveyard to just DDR your banished Orcust cards. So I think that alone is pretty good. It's also just, like, the stats aren't really important because you're hardly ever going to have to normal summon this card. And, like, really these 2 effects, basically the entire point of this card is that it just lets you Monster Reborn your banished Orcust cards, which is actually very important for your Azathoth combo. So the Azathoth combo is actually literally just Ghibli in this card. So Next, we have our PK engine. We have 1 boots, 1 cloak, and 1 gloves. You kind of want to play 3 of each because they all have their niche uses. Boots and cloak are kind of interchangeable. Except you want to always mill the boots first. You want to always mill the cloak first because boots is part of some of your combos since you can summon it for free. And then also sometimes you want the glove. You want the gloves, and this can mill any PK card to your graveyard. So there are sometimes where you can just kind of mill you can mill a fog blade and then use that to reborn your Rusty. So then we have the 1 Dark Grapher and one Armageddonite. They're still at 1, and they aren't like key combo pieces, but if you draw them, literally all they do is just basically these are just cards that send Harp Horror to your graveyard. So, like they're basically 2 extra copies of Orcust Nightmare. Think with it that way. Also, Grapher can be a discard outlet, because you play 2 of the Orcust Nightmare and 2 of the World Wand, and then you can discard those to summon Grapher, and that kind of unclogs your hand and also gets combos going. That's it for the entire monster lineup. Next on to our spell lineup, we play 3 Orchestrated Return. So this is the draw card, and that's going to go with your 3 Allure of Darkness. Your entire deck's dark, so Allure's free, and Orcust Return literally just says you have to just send 1 Orcust or World Legacy card from your hand or foot to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. So you can send literally any of your Link monsters. You can also, once again, you can use this to discard the World Wand or the Orcust Nightmare if they clog your hand. So this literally has actually potential to be a combo starter because it can get those cards you don't want in your hand to the graveyard to get combos going. You can literally just discard your Harp Horror or anything to the graveyard off this card, and then start comboing off of it. And then next, we play 2 World Legacy Succession. This card is basically just Monster Reborn. I chose to play this over Monster Reborn because it has World Legacy in the name, which means it is a card you can discard off the Orcust Return card. So sometimes you draw it and you don't quite need it, but you'd rather you draw like Succession and Return, and you don't quite need the Monster Reborn because you're trying to start combos. So you can then just discard it and then draw 2 off the return and try and draw into your combo pieces. And you play 1 the field spell, Orcust Babel. This card is you only play 1 because Galatea can just set it directly out of your deck and then you can activate it immediately, and it makes all your guys a quick effect, which is good for using Longirsu as a disruption on your opponent's turn, or also doing some fun stuff with making Bomber Dragon an on-command board wipe, since you can just during your opponent's turn you use any of the Orcust cards effects in graveyard to summon a guy out of your field into one of Bomber Dragon's zones, and then you just kind of kill him from there. And then for our last build, we play the Phantom Knights rank up Magic Launch. This is for your Azeroth combos. Once again, only play 1 because of Rusty Bardic. He just sets it directly out of your deck. This card is really insane because Azeroth's really good. As you guys saw from YCS Chicago, Azeroth decks are pretty good apparently. That's it for the spell cards. Now onto the trap cards. You play 2 of the Orcust Core and 2 of the Orchestrated Attack. These are kind of some unorthodox cards in Orcust decks. Typically, you don't even see them playing any traps at all in terms of just more cards. I actually do kind of like these trap cards because actually Orcust Attack, which can it's like a battle trap card. Actually, it is a battle trap card. Basically, whenever your opponent attacks you, you can just send an Orcust card to the graveyard. Yeah, you can contribute one Orcust or 1 World Legacy card to just banish a monster to control. So it's non-destruction removal, which is really useful because then you can use these to get over your Thunder Dragon cards, or to get over the Thunder Dragon fusion cards, which is kind of nice. And then Orcust Core just makes one of your guys untargetable, which is super nice because there are occasionally what's it called? Basically, because there are some scenarios where you can just obviously all the Link monsters have some kind of protection, but just making them untargetable just helps that much more. Because it's good against Widow Anchor, and also You can send this card to the graveyard to protect one of your Orcust monsters that would get destroyed by battle card effect. So it's kind of like having a uni monster equipped to your guy. Next, we play all of our Phantom Knight traps. We play 2 Shade Brigandine because it's a combo extender. This is also used in your Azothoth combos because it summons itself as a level 4, which is useful to then combo with your Harp Horror to go into your Azothoth plays. And then lastly, we play 3 Fogblade because Monster Negate is really fun. Like drawing this card's never bad. Like your combo starters are so small. Like your entire deck is like 1 and 2 card combos. You can just draw like 2 Fogblades and then you just combo off on them, and then just do the whole combo, and then you also on top of that just set 2 blades and pass, and then at that point your combo is basically unbeatable. It's actually really insane how this how this stuff works. Then next we're on to the extra deck. We play 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. He's the new guy from Savage Strike. He's actually insanely good. I love him a lot. And he said, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, you can use your Brass Bombard and your Orcust Return and your Orcust Nightmare, sorry, to make this guy. Since the tuner's level 1, then Nightmare's level 7. You can make this guy, and that just gets you another negate on the field. So this guy comes up in a lot of your like turn 2 or turn 3 plays. So I think he's really good. Next up we play the Azothoth package, which is Azothoth and Time Thief Redoer. Time Thief Redoer is a really insane card. It's just a generic level 4. It has some solid effects overall. So it's one is a solid rank 4 by itself, and 2 you can use your rank up spell to turn it into Azothoth, and that makes that's one of this deck's most powerful combos. Next for our link 4s, we play 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 1 Top Electric Bomber Dragon, and 1 Orcustrion. Boral Sword Dragon is just your OTK machine. Not much has to be said about that. Bomber Dragon is really cool because like I mentioned earlier, with the field spell, since it makes all of your guys spell speed 2, you can basically just turn Bomber Dragon into an on command board wipe at any point in the turn by triggering your own Orcust effects. And then Orcustrion is really insane. I played this card in ABC for a while, but you only play 1 because he doesn't come up multiple times every duel. Because it's such a ludicrously insane card. It just it gets all your opponent's linked monster effects, and also makes their attack 0 permanently, which is really insane versus combo decks, especially versus with the field spell. Once again, makes it a quick effect, so you can at any point during your turn just negate all of their linked monsters' effects, and that can just totally stop basically everyone's combo. Next, we have our link 3s, which are Summon Sorceress, Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardic. These are just really good for combos. Rusty is like this deck's main card. Like you make this card in almost all of your combos. Sorceress is there for when you draw those really insane hands. You want to just extend even further, but mostly you use Rusty Bardic. And then next you play 2 Girsu. This card is really insane. Once again, with the field spell, it becomes just a quick effect send card to the graveyard. So it has a lot of remover. It has a lot of removal power. My bad. And also its attack being high enough means if you want to, you can play Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and then use this card as your tribute summon or as your tribute for the effect. Then we play 3 Galatea. Because she's once again the card you make. Basically, she's like the second link monster you make in all your combos after Mermaid, and you also just recycle her using your Simple Skeleton. She's really good for all your combos, and she also sets all your Orcust spells and traps out of the deck, which is how you get access to your field spells super consistently. And then our last 3 cards is the Wee Witch's Apprentice and the Nightmare Mermaid. The Wee Witch doesn't come up very often, but when you need it, you want to have it because it can just give all your guys that slight attack boost they need to help you punch over threats. And then Mermaid is literally just your combo starter in the deck. Like this deck is Nightmare Mermaid Turbo and then combo off. Like that's just the entire summary of the deck. All right, that's going to be it for my Phantom Knight Orcust deck profile. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys like the video, please leave a like. And if you guys want to see more of my deck profiles, please subscribe. I do a lot of ABC stuff, but Orcust have just been looking super cool to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll let you thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.